In this video, we're going to get introduced to the Bootstrap Affix plugin. Using this plugin, we can affix a div to a location on our web page. In our example, we've got a list of nav tabs on the left-hand side, and we've got our affixed div. So each nav tab is linked to a header inside our affixed div. And if we scroll down, the list of nav tabs is going to get automatically updated depending on the scroll position. So let's go ahead and create a similar example using the Affix plugin. So first we're going to use the grid system to build a layout such as the list is wrapped in an element or in a div of 3 columns, and the affixed div will take 9 columns. So we're going to create a row or div of class row. Okay, and inside this div we're going to have a couple of divs. So the first one, which will wrap the list, is going to have a class of column XS3 for 3 columns. We're using XS because we want this layout to work to be the same for all device sizes. Okay, and then the second div is going to be our fixed div, and we're going to give it a class of column XS9 for 9 columns. So let's populate the first div. So we're going to create a list, and we're going to give it an ID. We're going to call it my affix. So it's a list of nav tabs. We'll need the class nav and nav tabs. And let's make the nav tabs stacked using the nav stacked class. Okay, so let's create our list items. So first one is going to be section 1. So let's just duplicate that. So section 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now let's populate our affixed div. So each section consists of a header with a few paragraphs. So the first one is going to be, let's go for an H2 header. So section 1, let's give it an ID, section 1, and let's add a few paragraphs, content 1. Okay, so let's copy this for the other sections. And let's change this to section 2, section 2, and this one section 3, 3, 3. Section 4. And finally section 5 and 5, 5. Okay. Okay, now let's link our nav tabs to these sections. So each nav tab is going to have an href going to a header. So the first one is going to section 1. Okay, and then next one, section 2, and then section 3, then 4 and 5. Okay. All right. Now let's just style our list quickly. So, okay, let's style the list using access the list of class navtabs. Okay, let's set the width to auto. Okay, it doesn't have any impact anyway. Let's have a border of 1 pixel width and set the style to solid, and also let's change the color to purple. Okay, also let's change the border radius and set it to 3 pixels all sides. Okay, now let's style the links inside active navtab. So we're gonna access the list of class navtabs and then the list items of class active, and then links. So let's give them a white color and a purple background. All right. Okay, let's use the same styling for the hover state of these links. Okay, so now let's build the fix functionality. So first of all, we are going to go to the list. Okay, and we're going to give it a data attribute. It's going to be data spy. Okay, that will set to a fix top. Okay, so this will make the list go to the topmost position. Okay, also let's give the list a fixed position on the page. You can access it using the ID if you want to. Okay, and let's set the position to fixed. And finally, we're going to go to the elements we are spying on. Let's go to the body, and we're going to use also a data spy, but this time we'll set it to scroll, and we'll need another data attribute. It's the data targets, which we'll set to the div that wraps the list. Okay, and we're gonna need to give it an ID. So let's give it an ID. For example, my scroll spy. Okay, so let's refresh the page. Okay, now we can see that's our fix plugin is working. Okay, so you can see that the list gets automatically updated depending on our scroll position. Okay, so we can choose to write some JavaScript rather than using the data spy for the list, and rather than having some CSS positioning, we can replace all this by using JavaScript. So if we get rid of that for now, okay, we're gonna replace this by a line of JavaScript that will use the fix method. Okay, so let's place everything inside the document ready function. Okay, so we're going to access our list. Okay, and then we'll use the method affix without any parameters for now. So if we refresh the page, we can see that it is working. Okay, we can add another option, so that's the list, or the list is only pinned when we scroll down 100 pixels, for example. Okay, so the option is going to be offset. Okay, and we'll set that by using the top property. And we can set that to 100 pixels, for example. So now if we refresh the page, so we're expecting the list to get pinned only when we scroll down 100 pixels. So let's try. Here we go. We can change that to 300. Just see how it works. Okay, so if we scroll down from 300 pixels, we can see how the list gets pinned. All right. Okay, let's add some content before our row, so that we can see this effect in a better way. So let's add a few paragraphs. Okay, so now if we refresh, and now if we scroll down, okay, so from 300 pixels we can see how our element gets pinned. Okay,